Austin is not on that line. Austin is on that line in Cincinnati. Hi, Austin. How are you?
Hey, Dave and Chris. How are you guys?
Great, man. How can we help?
Good. So I've been listening to you for about a year now, and I paid off about $20,000 so far. I'm actually currently working on my car, paying that off, and I ran into my first issue. I took it to the dealership, and they said they were able to temporarily fix the issue. I guess it's something to do with the computer. My question is, should I sell this car and take what equity's in it now, or do I ride it out and take the chance of the computer going out?
Was the dealership trying to sell you a new car?
I don't think so. It's only worth about $5,000, so.
They weren't suggesting you upgrade with them?
No, they didn't say that, no.
Oh, okay. That's
Austin, have you had an issue with this car before?
No, it's been good so far.
And you've had it how long?
It just hit 100,000 miles.
Okay.
But I forgot to mention this. I drive about 500 miles for work every week. So that's my concern, is that the miles are going to start really getting up there and more issues are going to come up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what kind of car is this?
It's a Chrysler, 2015 Chrysler 200.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. What I would do is do a little bit of research. I don't know much about that particular car, and see if the computer programs, if problems with the computer are ongoing. And if you've got something that's going to blink out on you, and you want to sell it and buy a car of equal or lesser value in order to keep getting the job done, sure. If and of course the other thing you could do is get a mechanic that's not at a dealership to look at it, because sometimes a dealership, not all of them, but some of them have been known to say, "Oh, this thing's a bum car. You need to walk right out here, son, and I'll show you another one." I mean, yeah, they'll try to upgrade you. That's why I was asking about that. Doesn't sound like that's what happened here.
Put all your troubles behind you. Yeah. Just get a new. Here's the reality, too. I'm with you. I would sell this thing, get something reliable that you can put these miles on.
Less or more, not more money.
Right, and then budget and set aside that dollar amount. That was one of the things, that was a game changer for me, Dave, when I got plugged in on the envelope system, was starting to make a car payment to myself, saving up to be able to pay cash for a car. You sell the one you got, take your cash, and you go get something new to you.
And what's weird is when you start paying a car payment to yourself and you're looking at, I'm saving up to buy something, you put more in the account.
Yeah, you do.
You don't end up going $323.36. You go, I think I'll put $500 a month in there. You know, and you start chunking a little more in there because, $500 a month for 10 months, that's $5,000. I can move up pretty much with that. That's a nice chunk up. But, yeah, your independent mechanics out there, there's tons of really, really good ones. And just have somebody else look at it, give you a second opinion. The most expensive place to work on a car is at the dealership from a repair standpoint. They make more money per square foot. If you read National Auto Dealers Association's literature, the per square foot at the dealership, in other words, their rent, the most money they make per square foot is the finance office. When they sell you something on paper and they sell that paper to the bank, they make more on that than they do the stinking car. And then the second area they make the most money on is in the shop.
Service department.
Department.
Yeah.
And then all those acres and acres and acres of cars out there, they don't make that much money on. They sell them in order to get you on payments and get you in the shop. That's where the money comes from.
Get the hooks into you.
Follow the money.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at car dealers. A lot of my buddies are car dealers, and I'm not afraid of you to buy a brand new car once you got a net worth of $1 million. That's all fine. And I drive really nice vehicles, and I take them to a dealership. But that's a highly unusual situation. So most of the time, when I've been driving cars growing, throughout my life, and I'm 60 years old, is I take them to a good independent mechanic, and those guys will give you a good rundown on what's going on. So get a second opinion, then decide, do a little research, then decide if you want to sell it. Don't go into debt to move up, and use this situation as rationalization to do that.
And especially, let me talk to especially single moms out there. I think they get preyed on the most, talking about you want a safe vehicle for you and your children and this and that. And I'm telling you, don't fall for that. Be aware of that. Keep your hand on your purse. Find a good mechanic throughout your church or in your community that can look over your car and shoot you straight about what's wrong and the cost of repairs. Don't ever hesitate to get a second opinion.
What happens to all of us is when your car breaks down, two things activate. You get pissed off.
Yep.
And there's a sense of insecurity. I'm stuck. I can't get where, fear. I can't get where I need to go. So it's cold weather, or I'm out in the middle of no stinking where, and I'm vulnerable. And it doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
And you've got this hassle, this inconvenience. And those emotions cause people to do some of the dumbest things financially ever. They'll be stuck out there on a $5,000 car and then go finance a $20,000 car on impulse because they get so angry or so afraid over the hassle factor and the sense of vulnerability of the car breaking down. Fix the car.
Yeah.
All cars break. There are no cars that don't break. Some of them break less because they're newer, better built. I get that. But all cars break. There are reliable. I can't drive a used car. Honey, after you've been driving it 6 months, what do you call that?
Used.
That's what you call it. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.